Glasgow City Council, British Sign Language, BSL Local Plan. Number 1. Across all our services. We share the long-term goal for the Scottish Public Services set out in the BSL National Plan, which is: across the Scottish public sector, information and services will be accessible to BSL users. Our actions. By 2020, we will establish an ongoing reference group of BSL users to continue to develop actions over the duration of the plan and to address any emerging issues with regard to the service delivery. Develop a report on the number of BSL users known to the Glasgow Council family. In particular, those using social work services. Improve access to our information and services for BSL users, including making our website and social media more accessible to BSL users. This will include considering BSL-friendly options as part of the development of our new corporate communication strategy. Improve availability of information about services through BSL videos. Explore training opportunities for communication staff on how BSL is structured to consider when writing website materials and leaflets. Look to expand the number of Glasgow Live venues which have BSL welcome videos. Continue to roll out BSL video content to Your Support Your Way website, which provides information about a wide range of health and social care services available within Glasgow. Update our Interpreting Service Centre for Sensory Impairment website to ensure information is up to date. Promote the use of the Scottish Government's nationally funded BSL online interpreting video relay services called Contact Scotland-BSL to staff and to local BSL users. This will be done through referencing on our Contact Us section of the website and through training of call centre staff. Signpost staff who work with BSL users to appropriate BSL and deaf awareness training. In terms of general access to our services across the Council family, we will complete the review, the BSL Interpreting Service, continue to roll out the e-learning sensory awareness programme, which is currently being used across health and social care platforms, and measure uptake. Further develop formal classroom training, which will be implemented across social care services, including residential and daycare services. Undertake a skills audit of staff to determine who can use BSL and who would like to learn it. Consider incorporating BSL Spell Your Name signage for children and accompanying adults as part of a play park refurbishment. Continue to provide BSL sessions as part of Adult Learning Week in Glasgow Life. Number 2. Family support, early learning and childcare. We share the long-term goal for all Scottish public services set out in the BSL National Plan, which is the Getting It Right for Every Child GIRFEC approach will be fully embedded with a deaf or deaf-blind child and their family offered the right information and support at the right time to engage with BSL. Our actions. By 2024, we will Continue to provide early years staff with information about BSL and deaf culture, and about resources that are available in BSL, so that they can meet the needs of families with a deaf or deaf-blind child. Continue to work with families and relevant partners, including speech and language therapists and allied health professionals, to plan for children. Review e-learning programs available to education staff. Review care and education pathways from early years through to adult services. Improve links and communication with partners to continue to signpost families to appropriate agencies for sign language support through our Early Years Multidisciplinary Clinic and the Early Years New Referral Clinics. Explore further opportunities for BSL training for all staff that support deaf learners. We will also look to support users with additional communication support needs, and this will be reflected in our refreshed Equality Outcomes 2017 to 2021. Number 3. School education. We share the long-term goal for school education set out in the BSL National Plan, which is children and young people who use BSL will get the support they need at all stages of their learning so that they can reach their full potential. Parents who use BSL will have the same opportunities as other parents to be fully involved in their child's education, and more pupils will be able to learn BSL at school. Our actions. By 2024, we will contribute to the Scottish Government's investigation of the level of BSL held by teachers and support staff working with deaf and deaf-blind pupils in schools, and take account of any new guidance for teachers or support staff working with pupils who use BSL. Continue to offer BSL classes to teachers in primary and secondary. Work with the Scottish Qualifications Authority, SQA, to develop an initial suite of awards in BSL. This will follow the basis of any future development of BSL qualifications, up to Level 6 of the Scottish Credit and Qualifications Network. In addition, identify the potential for teachers to provide BSL learning in schools. Undertake an Education Services staff survey to identify BSL users who are in school, but not currently utilising their BSL skills. Take forward advice developed by Education Scotland to improve the way that teachers engage effectively with parents who use BSL, and ensure that parents who use BSL know how they can get further involved in their child's education. Continue to provide information and guidance for all schools to ensure that all schools are aware of what they need to do to engage with parents who use BSL. Ensure deaf parents have access to information in BSL. This includes report cards, parents' evenings, routine information, and being able to participate in parent councils. Be proactive through St Roch's Learning Community in seeking views of parents, and the third sector who use BSL with regards to parental involvement in education. Contribute to Scotland's National Centre for Languages, SCILT, programme of work to support the learning of BSL in schools for hearing pupils as part of the 1+2 programme, including sharing best practice and guidance. Pilot the new SQA units for BSL in mainstream secondary. Continue to investigate and support with St Roch's learning community, in collaboration with schools, opportunities for learning BSL in schools. Ensure that all staff and young people will have the opportunity to learn BSL, leading up to national qualifications within the St Roch's learning community. Number 4. Training, work and social security. We share the same long-term goal for training, work and social security set out in the BSL National Plan, which is BSL users will be supported to develop the skills they need to become valued members of the Scottish workforce so that they can fulfil their full potential and improve Scotland's economic performance. They will be provided with support to enable them to progress in their chosen career. Our actions. By 2020, we will signpost pupils and students to a wide range of information, advice and guidance in BSL about their career and learning choices and the transition process. Work with partners who deliver employment services and with employer groups already supporting employability to help signpost them to specific advice on the needs of BSL users. Raise awareness of our employment support services with BSL users. Continue to promote Glasgow guarantee vacancies through Remploy. Continuing to support the Open Doors Employability Project, which provides wage work experience, support and training to disabled people who wish to enter employment, education or volunteering. Continue to actively target BSL users through this project. Continue to work with both deaf and deaf-blind young people by supporting independent living skills and mobility training. Deliver a 5-day duty service that provides information to deaf individuals of all ages on support services, employment and benefits. Raise awareness locally of the UK Government's Access to Work scheme with employers and with BSL users, including those on modern apprenticeships, so that they can benefit from the support it provides. Scope opportunities to capture modern apprenticeship BSL requirement on the MAPPIT database. An interactive web programme promoting modern apprenticeships in Scotland as part of the scheduled upgrading. Number 5. Health, including social care, mental health and well-being. We share the long-term goal for health, mental health and well-being set out in the BSL National Plan, which is BSL users will have access to the information and services they need to live active, healthy lives and to make informed choices at every stage of their lives. Our actions. By 2024, we will signpost BSL users to health and social care information available in BSL. To be produced by NHS Health Scotland and NHS 24. And develop information in BSL about local provision as appropriate. Undertake a self-evaluation to allow social work services managers to consider a range of accessibility issues, including awareness amongst staff of how to signpost to the relevant information available in BSL. We will then build on the findings of a self-evaluation. Scope the provision of formal certified BSL training for appropriate frontline HSCP staff. Scope where deaf awareness training would be most appropriate and most effective. Ensure opportunities presented through improved use of technology are acted upon. Explore the use of phone scannable codes, QR codes, to access virtual information concerning deaf organisations and deaf clubs for BSL service users. Continue to work with care homes to highlight and record sensory loss and communication needs in clients' records when they enter into care homes. Review existing deaf access to self-directed support, SDS, and map the care pathway currently available to BSL users, and develop an action plan. Ensure specific focus on access to services for BSL users is included in advocacy contract monitoring meetings. Continue to develop BSL information on the Your Support Your Way Glasgow website, including information on deaf organisations and clubs, health and social care supports, and sport and leisure opportunities. Include a short welcoming film in BSL on the homepage of the Your Support Your Way Glasgow website. Scope options for pre-flagging BSL users on client records in order to facilitate appropriate translation or interpreting services in advance of specific appointments and general engagement. Complete the review of the BSL Interpreting Services and report on the recommendations by end March 2019. We will work closely with NHS GGC through Glasgow's Integrated Joint Board, IJB, to ensure that psychological therapies can be offered on a fair and equal basis to BSL users. Launch a suite of films, Positive Signs, on mental health and resilience messages, and use as part of HSCP mental health services promotion. Review access routes to psychological therapies, including how BSL users can access at local level and on a fair and equal basis. Take steps to improve access to information about sport and physical activities, local sport facilities and opportunities. Continue to support deaf children to attend swimming lessons by ensuring that swim coaches are appropriately trained to offer deaf-friendly swimming. Scope options for BSL signing at Glasgow Life operated sporting events. Continue to support interactive participation in walking groups through the use of visual and tactile materials for individuals, groups, and their interpreters. Continue to support countryside ranger talks for West of Scotland Deaf Children's Society. Ensure that any local work to tackle social isolation explicitly considers the needs of BSL users. Using direct links established with the Campaign to End Loneliness, there will be a specific focus on tackling isolation for older BSL users. Number 6. Transport. We share the long-term goal for transport set out in the BSL National Plan, which is BSL users will have safe, fair and inclusive access to public transport and the systems that support all transport use in Scotland. Our actions. By 2024, we will, as part of the Connected Transport Strategy, the Glasgow Community Planning Partnership will support the development of specific BSL actions for safe, fair, and inclusive access to public transport. Number 7. Culture and the arts. We share the long-term goal for culture and the arts set out in the BSL National Plan, which is BSL users will have full access to the cultural life of Scotland, an equal opportunity to enjoy and contribute to culture and the arts, and are encouraged to share BSL and deaf culture with the people of Scotland. Our actions. By 2024, we will enable BSL users to take part in culture and the arts as participants, audience members, and professionals by improving access to the historical environment, cultural events, and performing arts and film for BSL users. Within new museum displays, we will share stories about deaf history, artists, or themes where objects support these stories. Continue to support regular tours in BSL at Kelvingrove Art Gallery and Riverside Museum. Roll out interpreted tours to the Mitchell Library. Continue to support interpreted events as part of festival performances. Support BSL users, particularly young people, to get the most from cultural opportunities by building relationships with organisations such as Solar Bear. Support deaf artists to be a fully inclusive part of performances. As part of the Burrell Collection redevelopment, investigate making use of technology, such as Signly, to ensure displays are accessible. Work in collaboration with BSL users to create a display at the redevelopment Burrell Collection. Encourage and support BSL users to consider a career in culture and the arts. Promote both voluntary and professional art opportunities to BSL users. Promote future careers in culture and the arts by working closely with partners such as Solar Bear, Deaf Youth Theatre, and Royal Conservatoire. Work with the Royal Conservative BSL Acting MA for future programming at the Burrell Collection. Continue to support volunteer guides by offering opportunities for volunteering and training. Increase information in BSL about culture and the arts on relevant websites. Look to expand the number of Glasgow Life venues which have BSL welcome videos. Number 8. Justice. We share the long-term goal for justice set out in the BSL National Plan, which is BSL users will have fair and equal access to the civil, criminal, and juvenile justice systems in Scotland. Our actions. By 2024, we will implement the BSL recommendations from the Criminal Justice Disability Project. As part of review of community justice, which includes better informing solicitors that funding can be sought for special arrangements needed by clients, e.g. BSL interpreter, or to visit a client at home. All correspondence should be in plain English. Improve staff awareness of the needs of deaf people and how to respond to BSL translation requests. Number 9. Democracy. We share the long-term goal for democracy set out in the BSL National Plan, which is BSL users will be fully involved in democratic and public life in Scotland. as active and informed citizens, as voters, as elected politicians, and as board members of our public bodies. Our actions. By 2024, we will take opportunities to promote the Access to Elected Office Fund locally, which can meet the additional costs of BSL users wishing to stand for selection or election in local or Scottish Parliament elections. We will highlight the fund in all local government and Scottish Parliament by-elections. Include details of the fund in all of our nomination packs and discussions with any potential candidates. Be more proactive in readying elected office support provided to support BSL users. Consider how the Access to Elected Office Fund could be used to promote the involvement of BSL users in community councils. As part of a digital review, consider the information that should be available online in BSL for potential elected members. With the Improvement Service, consider the advice, training and guidance available for elected members. Scope options for providing a BSL signed version of full council on our website. Aim to increase participation on Community Council Discussion Forum by promoting the availability of translators for these events. Develop an information video for BSL users on how to engage in council family consultations for our consultation hub. Include BSL as a key consideration and our revised consultation guidance. Encourage young BSL users to participate in local democracy, e.g. Youth Council.